song.
Let's do it. Woo!
We have some FunTitude in the house. FunTitude. We are talking about FunTitude today.
FunTitude all the way.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Roberto Monaco here with Influenceology and the car speaking company. And today I have the king. Did I say king? The king of FunTitude, my brother, Dr. Jose Salgado. What's up, my brother, mi hermano? What's going on?
How you doing, Roberto? Thank you so much for having me here. I feel like a little dot on the world being next to you, so I'm being humble about that. Thank you for having me here. Totally, brother.
People say you are not dancer. Of course I'm a dancer, bro. Hey, Dr. Jose, can you fix the camera there real quick? I am a dancer, brother. Dr. Jose is the master. Here you go.
Of course, I am not a dancer. I just love to dance. A different way of saying
I appreciate it. I want to encourage everybody here to follow Dr. Jose Salgado. There's a link below here, FunTitude. And we're going to talk about FunTitude today. FunTitude, but he is the king of dancing. If you go to Puerto Rico, that's the guy you want to go out with. What's up, buddy?
You know, things are going really well. I'm really glad just to be around all of you guys and just having a little bit of fun and sharing something that really turns my soul through myself and bring it, to all of you. Have some fun.
I love it. So what is a FunTitude, brother? What is FunTitude?
You know something, Roberto? Basically, when I got into chiropractic school, the time of chiropractic, if chiropractors are here seeing this, they know chiropractic is not fun. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of studies. And I was reading the philosophy of chiropractic, and I was learning totally the medicine of medicine. So in other words, I was going into a medipractic college instead of a chiropractic college. So I was learning about everything about medicine and nothing about chiropractic. So I got so frustrated that a friend of mine, one time told me, Jose, you got to deal with this. And I said, no, I'm not. You are, but not me. And he said, I came to a seminar that this guy does something very gentle. It's like touching the eyelid of your eye, like just raise it up and close it. That little of a little gentle movement. And he did it on the spine. And I started just moving and breathing and laughing and crying. And I said, I want that. So he got me into the group. They were practicing. They started touching my butt because sometimes when you see somebody doing network in your spine, it feels like they're touching your butt, literally. So when I got into the group and I started seeing everyone just touching their butt, I said,
well, I think the video is gonna be censored now. Touching your butt's they're gonna shut down the video right now, brother.
I literally, the same thing. I wanted to go. I wanted to get away from there. I'm like, what the hell is that happening? But what happened is that little contact, that light contact makes an adjustment. And in the model of chiropractic, they call it tonal. It's more a gentle adjustment. And in chiropractic, there is many ways of doing an adjustment. So when I saw that, I got really curious. And I said, I want to be in that table. I want to feel what's going on. So when I got there, totally, I got a little bit frustrated because I started feeling that they were poking my butt, but nothing was happening.
So my buddy said, go on. He's interested in the story here. He said, go on.
I said, okay, yes, I'm here, might as well. And the friend of mine who got me there, his name is Jose as well. And Jose told me, I know how you are. Just stay there. You're gonna feel it. Give us a second. So I remember this woman really, she was kind of like really thin, really long face, blonde hair, and her name was Lynn. And Lynn just came and said, let me work with you. And she did a very gentle contact in my coccyx. I mean, so gentle. I barely just felt it. And a gentle contact right here in this area, which is called the occiput, is underneath my ear. And then in the middle of my back. And I start breathing deeply. I start moving, and all these things start happening. It totally shifted my life. And right there, I went to Jose and said, this can be really fun. If I learn this, my life is going to be totally different. And everything shifted. So from there on, I totally ingrained in my life that fun has to be part of your life in every way, not only in chiropractic, in your personal life, in your marriage, in your kids, in your business, everything, your social life. And
So what is
that's part of our.
I know I love the what has been one of my philosophies. I work people. I don't know. Many people don't know about this, but I work in a bank for 10 years back in Brazil, and I met some amazing people. I want to be clear. I met some amazing people, some great friends, but I hate my job. I had zero fun, and I was the kind of guy, for real, for the last 3-4 years, every day, Monday to Friday, I'm like this. My clock. I don't have a watch anymore nowadays. Don't have a watch. But we go. Is it 5 o'clock? Is it 5 o'clock? Is it 5 o'clock? Jose, can you fix your camera? Something happening. Your camera is split in 3 parts here.
I'm here. I'm seeing. Is there something going on?
Yeah. Now it's better. Now it's okay. Yeah. So FunTitude is the attitude, is a philosophy, is to have, is a mindset. What is FunTitude?
Something is a revolutionary concept of bringing not only fun, bringing the altitude, which is the connection to that part of the universe that bring life to your soul. In chiropractic, the first principle said that there is a universal intelligence in all matters that gives its properties and action continuously, and basically bring it into existence, bring that into life, or continually give existence to whatever is happening. So if you live from that concept, well, there is a universal intelligence, there is a field around us, and once you're connected, there is no way that you cannot have fun.
So break it down. How you connect this field? How do you connect it to it?
Something through the best way I know it through chiropractic. You can do it through many other ways, but at least through chiropractic, you bring that awareness that through the brain and the whole connection of the nervous system, you're connected to that. So that's the way I bring it to my people. There's people doing it through yoga, doing it through other methods, like meditation. They want to really bring that connection to the field. Remember, when we live in accordance to the field and you're connected to that part of the life, which is a continuous of your innate intelligence, something magic happens.
Well, for the people who I don't have non-chiropractors listening to us right now, what is they might not know what is innate intelligence.
Innate intelligence is that energy that is within you, that motivates you, that coordinates you, that brings that life and is residence. This residence is within the nervous system. Okay, go ahead.
So what is the connection between innate intelligence and universal intelligence? I'm just trying to break it down here to people who are not.
To me, it's the same thing. Everyone knows these days what is this?
Alcohol. You're not drinking that, right, buddy? You're not drinking that. Oh, that is FunTitude. Okay.
Imagine this is your body.
Okay.
Inside the liquid will be your innate intelligence. The outside of it will be your universal intelligence.
Okay.
So what you contain within your system is that energy that motivates you, that really energizes you, that really coordinates, that really heals you. And you run through the nervous system. In the outside is what we call the universal intelligence. Some people call it God. Some people call it, whatever way you want to call it. It's
Okay.
just that energy, that feel. When you live in accordance to that feel, everything in your life spontaneously, magically just happen.
Beautiful.
And that's what, when you live in FunTitude, when you have the fun, you have that altitude, that connection, and you have the attitude that no matter what happens, you're going to keep going. I mean, through my life, I'm not saying that anybody else is happening, but Puerto Rico since 2017, two different hurricanes. Then we have earthquakes. Now we have COVID. I mean, what else? The other day we almost had a tropical storm coming through. I mean, it's just keep going, things changes. I think that's the new norm. I think changes will be the new norm for everybody from now on. It have happened all of our lives, but right now is the new norm. And the only way you can adapt to changes, Darwin said it very clearly. The only people who are going to survive is not going to be the strong ones. It's not going to be the big ones. Are going to be the ones that can adapt to the changes.
I love that. So let's talk about
chiropractic is the most important one. This is the time to be on the chiropractic care, and I'm not selling chiropractic. I'm just sharing my FunTitude through it.
No, I understand. I agree. I got it just yesterday. The idea right now, there's so many people depressed, unhappy, uncertain, angry, sad. And when you talk about the word fun, man, it's far. For some people, like, oh man, it's up. Man, I haven't had fun in my life for the last 6 months. I mean, some people are, like in Brazil, I have people in my family, they leave the apartment 3 times a month. I mean, leave the apartment because. So how do you, with all these challenges, the news, right, the divide, all this stuff, COVID, everything, how do you actually go from that state, which most people are operating from, to a state of FunTitude?
The way I bring FunTitude in my life is through dance. And you know that from Tony Robbins, when you move, the energy moves. Where the energy goes, your attention flows. Where things happen, where attention flows, energy goes. Is where things are happening is where things are happening. So I bring it through movement. But what happened is, one of the things, the guy that I learned from, which I love him dearly, which is Donnie Epstein, he put energy in 4 different ways.
Okay, Eric, by the way, Eric, thanks so much for sharing here. Appreciate you. Eric is commenting on here. He said this is the most perfect live video, the most perfect time. We love you, brother. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
So energy, let's talk about, so I'm going to write this down. So 4 levels of energy.
4 levels of energy.
All right. That's the takeaway of the video here. Get a pen and paper, 4 levels of energy. Okay, let's go.
And basically, the first one is what we call super energy rich. It's when you're really so connected to that source. Let's say the source, instead of saying universal intelligence or saying God, let's say to the source.
Okay.
Whatever the source is.
Yeah, I believe everybody believes there's something outside their bodies. You know what I mean? I think everybody something, right? Whatever it is, that's called
something. Let me share this with you. And if you don't believe in anything, great. You believe in something. It's called anything. I love it when you believe in anything. You believe in something. It's called anything. That anything is the source for you.
Okay.
Okay. So we can preframe that as well.
Okay. Perfect. I love it. That's very preframe.
To that source, whatever is your source. When you're totally connected, you feel so energized, and that's called super energy rich. And it's so spontaneously, and you can attain that this quick. Just call upon that. just bring your attention upon that, and your state just literally go into boom into that state. The other is the rich, super energy rich, and now energy rich state. It's not super energy. It's when your soul, you're connected to that part of you, which is your soul. I call it your soul set. People call about mindset, but mindset is finite if the soul, which is infinite, doesn't have the energy to put into that set. So this is the mind here.
What is the difference between a super energy rich and energy rich? I'm not clear about the difference.
Okay, I'm going to bring it now. In the super energy rich, you're connected to a source. In the energy rich, you're connected to your soul. And soul is the part within you that allows to bring that super richness energy into you. So that this like a slight connection between one and the other. And the energy rich, you allow the gift of life to bring it to you. For example, if there's a lesson to be learned from your kid because something happened to him, and it was because it's a little, just gift for you of remembering how you were when you were a kid, that you had the same challenge and you forgot about that, and now he's bringing that to you in your life. You can see that gift behind that lesson. And that's more energy rich, not super energy rich. The super energy comes from the source. It's available for everybody. The energy rich comes more from you.
Got it.
Okay?
Yeah.
Then there's energy neutral. Most of the people in our life lives over there. They want to control everything. They want to manage everything. And the best the mind can do in your life is to manage your pain. It can manage your life, but, and I'm going to put a but. I don't like to use but. I like to use and. Okay, but it's just going to limit you to that level. It's not going to allow you to go to the next level unless you energize that part. Because the mind always just see black and white, blue and red, and then put things in perspective if you use the upper part of the mind. And for the content of this, please, there is no mind in here. This is the brain. The mind is around you. It's bigger than what you think it is. And I'm going to give you a quick story. My anatomy teacher used to not love me that much in the chiropractic school because when we were studying the brain, I always get, that's the brain, where is the mind? And you'll go crazy. Because there is beyond this. I'm talking a little bit beyond the box. But anyway, now we're talking about neutral. And then you can be high neutral, where you can see more like the model of the world. You can see beyond what's the concept. Now you can be the context of the thing. What thing put in instead of a concept in a content. And you can see that. And you can feel it. You can live it. When you are more in the concept, then if the concept doesn't agree to what's going on, then you're not there. And your energy goes like flat. And that was neutral means. You're flat.
Okay.
And when you're energy low, energy poor, there is no way you're going to go anywhere. You're in your bed just like depressed. Life is not happening.
So from my understanding, I'm going to recap here. You have energy, first level energy poor. You're just like in your bed, depressed. Energy neutral would be like when you are in your head too much, and you have a time pass through your quote unquote limitations in your head, and you don't connect with your soul. Level 3, which is a higher, when you're able, it's called energy rich, soul set, when you're able to tap into your soul. And the highest level of energy vibration, according to the model here, is super energy, when you connect the innate intelligence
with
universal intelligence. That's the highest level.
When you're connected to a soul, to the source totally, and you leave it right there, you're super energy rich.
Okay, so the question is, everybody's waiting for is how do you get the super energy rich, right? Or if someone right now is in an energy poor or energy neutral, right, mindset. So what prevents people from going to be in a high level?
You know something? If you are, that's what happening. You know that in order for us for the phones to work, if you want to have a faster phone, you have to have like a 5G instead of a 4G.
Yeah.
And what that means bandwidth. That means a bigger area for energy to go through.
Got it.
In life, there's two big things: is energy and information. We're in the era of energy and information. We don't see it that way, but we know it because every time a phone comes out, you want to buy the new one. Why? Because it has more capacity. It can give more information. So the same thing. If you are right now in 1G, your system is in 1G. That's why chiropractic is so important. Your nervous system because control everything. How much information can it go through?
Not much.
Most probably you will be in poor energy poor. Totally. You don't want an energy poor person is totally depressed. He won't even want to talk to you. He doesn't want a doctor. He doesn't want no help. He's helpless.
So can you give us an example about a patient? You don't need to mention anybody's name, or you can change the name for privacy issues. But can you tell me an example of someone who you helped recently in Puerto Rico, who came at level 1 or 2, energy poor or energy neutral, and now is level 4, super energy rich, and how's that person has transformed? Can you think of any patient that you have?
I talked about her last night. I was doing a pain integration experience, and basically, she came here just having the usual back pain, low back pain, and she heard me about in the I think it was a Facebook Live. She came, made an appointment, just started with me. She's a lawyer as a professional, and it's so interesting because something wild happened. The other day I was working in her, and this is what happened through the time. She's been amazing, the changes, her spine. I don't care about, to totally tell you the truth. I know people want their back just to not hurt, but that's not the mean of chiropractic. I want to bring more life into her life. And she's sharing a couple of things. I'm being able to connect better with my husband. And she was not in poor energy. She was very neutral. It's like, I don't know if this is going to help me. I don't know how this is going to help me. I don't know if I want to start care. I don't know if I want to be here for so long. So we started seeing her 3 times per week. And when I did her first evaluation that we did, we compared what we did at the beginning with, what we were doing at that moment. She told me, Jose, my life is amazing. My husband is just totally in love with what I'm doing. I'm being more, instead of saying words that are not very nice, I'm being much nicer to him and my daughter. I have more patience. Things like that. It's more in the emotional side. Obviously, she told me where my neck pain is better. I'm not feeling the pain. But I'm really focusing in her well-being, not in her pains. So she came here more in low neutral. No one in energy poor is gonna come here. They won't. They won't move out of their house. They're for me. They can be helped. You know people that
No, I get it.
That they're not coachable, and you want to coach them, but they say that I don't want to be coached because they know they can't see themselves. They don't know that they don't know.
Do you find in your experience a connection, because a lot of people here, the non-chiropractors that are watching us, if they have a physical pain, neck pain, back pain, ache in the bodies, do you find a direct correlation between pain and their emotional state that they are in?
Last night, that's what I was talking about. Basically, when we talk about the systems, the spine, which is your bone, is called passive. It's just because you put a bone there, it won't move by itself. It's passive. You know, when you're passive, you don't move. You're here like, I'm passive. Active will be your muscles, and your muscles move the bones. And then you have your nervous system, which is the brain, the spinal cord, and all the cables, which is called the nerves, that move the muscles, so the muscle moves the bones. So they have to be like a connection. And that we'll call it neurocontrol. This is through a researcher, which I'm not going to put the name now. And Donnie created something that put everything in like a globe, like put it within something called the subsystem, the emotional subsystem. So all your emotions, everything that you connect when you're not happy, when you're pissed, when you're angry, when you're whatever, when you're depressed, it will put tension in your spine, in your passive, in your active, in your muscles, will create spasms and stuff like that. And on top of your nervous system, of course.
You see, can you repeat that part, because I want to make sure people get it, that and explain again that how your emotions impact your physical pain, your body, because some people, and they keep just like, oh, just tweak my neck, or just I have this pain for the last 2 months and I keep pushing. Can you just connect that again? Just drive quickly the point home again, because that was powerful. That was powerful. I want to make sure everybody listen to that.
Basically, when the passive, which is your bones, it's your spine, every bone, doesn't matter what, and the ligaments that attach bone to bone is what holds bone in place. Plus the active, which is your muscles, it's what moves you. And the muscle moves bones. If you have a bone by itself, it won't move. It needs a muscle to move it. And then you have the nervous system, which is your brain, through the spinal cord, and all those cables, which are the nerves that goes in every muscle. And when that is in tension through everything is contained in this, what we call the emotional subsystem. When you're pissed, when you're angry, when something happened 20 years ago and nothing, you let go of that experience, but not experience the tension that created. 20 years after that, you can have a pain in your neck, and you think it's because you turn, as everyone will say, you know, that happened to me too. I slept wrongly. My pillow is not working. It's my bed. Can I give you a little story about that? Quick one.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
I have this patient came to me. He sat down. I started touching him, and I went through the muscles in the neck or any muscles. If you have tension that keeps going in your system, the muscle is like going to the gym every day and working out without stopping 24/7. So the muscles start getting atrophy. It means that it gets like a spasm and it grows. And if anyone has seen a tree and learned this in school, when you cut a tree in the trunk, it has like rings. And the rings means the age of the tree. Every ring means 1 I'm 1 year old, 2 year old, blah blah blah. Okay, even the trees have you know, you can tell if it's 10 years old. So the same thing you can do in the muscles. I've been trained to just go and say, oh, here this tone, it feels like more emotional or more chemical. I can have a distinction of that. And this guy came and I went, 20 years ago, you had an emotional distress in your life. And he went like, I don't remember it. I don't remember where am I right now. You know, 20 years ago, what am I going to remember? And we're like, okay. Anyway, let me keep just working on you, blah, blah. And out of a sudden, he started crying. And I went, what happened? And he said, 20 years ago, this is really intense. My father found my uncle having sexual intimacy with my two brothers. Boom. His whole family just A family who was totally connected got destroyed. And because he was the oldest brother of that twin brothers, he felt responsible for that act. And you know where he held all that tension? In the neck. And you know where he had the pain for many years? Once he connected to that emotion and that emotional release, boom, everything changed.
Wow.
I never saw that guy again in my life, ever.
Wow. That's powerful, brother. That's powerful. Thanks for sharing that.
I, I
Perfect.
know it's an intense. Nobody knows who I'm talking about, but I'm telling you, this is the magic of connecting to the soul and soul of people when you're really working with them. Not because I'm special, I am not. It's because people are special. Because it's about that connection, and that's where I bring FunTitude into the game. Because when I'm in fun state, and I do it through dance every morning and start dancing, I really bring that connection. I feel in that super energy rich. I'm connected to that source, and I just feel in my whole beingness. And from there, I have the attitude that no matter what, I'm here to serve. Boom.
I love you, brother. Thanks for sharing. That was really powerful. Mi hermano, if people watching us, Urk, thanks so much, Urk. Had several comments here. Love you, brother. If people want to connect to you, I put the link below here. What question? What emotional technique does he use? Dr. Jose, a question from a Facebook user here. Do you want to share the?
You know something. There is not an emotional technique because it's all compassed in within one. And when I do network spinal, that will bring it up. But doesn't mean that that's my focus. Is this what will be my two sentences? Connect to the person in front of you. Open your soul. Connect to the source all the time. You're not disconnected. It's just being aware that you're connected. And be for that person, and the whole emotional world will open up. You have no idea. Just try. Just be in it, and you'll see. Don't even try. Do it, because if you try, it will never happen.
But people want to get. They're gonna get. They want to get. Now they want to experience the magic. Dr. Jose Salgado magic. Gotta fly to Puerto Rico. I've been to PR twice. One of my favorite places in the world, man. I love the people, the island, the food, every. I'm a Boricua de corazón. Love it, man. Dr. Jose, love you, brother. Thanks so much for sharing some awesome stories today. I love that storytelling muscle, brother. I love it. And I put the link here so you guys can connect with Jose. Thanks so much, brother. Have a beautiful day. And any words of wisdom, parting words?
You know something? I'm gonna share this with you. Can you see? Can you see something there in that page?
Yeah. There's a page there in a dot. Yeah.
That little dot in the world is me. I'm gonna do a challenge with all of you. Me by myself can help the world. And there is a whole world right here to be helped. We need to be more dots in here to bring the connection to the whole universe. Please do, be, enjoy, bring that FunTitude and help people to get it into the next level of life. They need us.
I love it, brother. I love it, bro. Put that song. Put the FunTitude song. Put some moves there for the audience here. Closing moves. Come on.
Come on. Let's do it here.
Come on. I know we have some bad moves, man. Come on.
A tiempo buena cara. Woo! No matter what happens, you're always gonna put a good face. You know why? Life keeps going. It keeps going. Love you, brother. Love you all.
Dr. Salgado from Puerto Rico. Talk soon, brother. Thanks so much.
See you.